All right, another episode of Conversation After Dark. Tay, what's up with you?
Everything's great with me. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. Tell people where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversates After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at CVAD, the podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. And go to our website, www.conversationafterdark.com. Listen to our past episodes. Pretty sure you like them all. So, Tay, let's do the icebreaker.
Yes. Any particular one you want me to go to?
Let's try extreme personal questions.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's something juicy.
Hmm. If your life were a sitcom, what would the theme song be titled?
Damn, that's a hard one. I don't know, man. If my life was a sitcom, what would the theme be titled? Like right now,
Mm-hmm.
becoming a dirty old man or something like that. I don't know. Lost and single or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. First
That's
thing
a
to
hard one.
is,
That's a hard one. That's something you got to think about. I'm not.
yeah.
Yeah,
You want me to go to another one?
yeah. Just do another one.
Okay.
I was kind of whacking on that
What makes you feel the friskiest?
one. Oh, so I like it when um the woman I'm with when she has the disheveled look, if that makes sense. So like when you're with a woman and like they have like their bedroom routine, and some women they wrap their hair or they do what have you. Um, I like it when your head is like all over your fucking head, like especially in the morning, because I feel like you just like ready to go. So like you got like your little family reunion t-shirt on, your mismatched socks, you know what I'm saying, and your head all over your head. That right there, I'd be like, yeah, yeah, I'm ready to give it to you for sure. That
Um,
that and I said it before on the show, and
mhm,
you kind of looked at me crazy. I'm glad I ain't the only one to feel this way, but sometimes when you come on from the gym and you glistening, that sweat all over your body, I'm like,
mhm.
right then and there, right then.
Yeah, I still don't get that one. I don't think I'll ever get that one. What makes me the friskiest? I'm not sure. Like back in the day, it used to be like if a guy could pick me up or like manhandle me, like that was such a turn on. Because I've always been kind of thick, so I don't know. Feel like I don't know.
But
Like a
if he's picking you up and manhandling you, ain't y'all already being frisky?
no, so like say when it doesn't necessarily have to go that way. I say like if a guy hugs you and he picks you up when he hugs you, well
Oh,
not you, but like if he would do that to a woman. Like that type of thing. Like if a guy could pick me up. Well then I had a boyfriend back in the day who would just like lift me up for no reason. But I liked it. So I didn't mind. But I think for the most part, and I hate to say this, but it's a guy that can make me laugh. I mean, especially if we're already in those type of situations, we're already having those type of situations, and he can make me laugh. He can get it anytime he wants.
now is that going to make you pursue it? Like, are you ever the initiator?
Yes, once we're actually involved, I can initiate, but not. I've initiated once, like before, from the very first time. But other than that, I need him to start it off. After that, I'm good. I can initiate.
Why is it that women seem to have an issue with initiating?
I think it's how we're taught.
Does that go back to that whole, be demure and not be aggressive and make him pursue you? Is that what it is?
We're told that the men are the pursuers, so I think it goes to that. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So like I said, once I'm in the relationship or situationship, I have no problem initiating.
Okay. Because the thing about it is, as we get older as men, um, you all initiating kind of, really kind of helps out.
Hmm.
Because it's not like, we talked about it in the past, how like our sex drives go the opposite direction. So if you are initiating and you're showing us that, hey, listen, I want you, I feel appreciated, it'd probably be, if you really want it all the time, that'd be the way to do it. Now, sometimes it's gonna be like, hey girl, chill out. You know what I mean? Because I've said it in the past before. If you're messing with a woman in her mid to late 40s, you cannot fuck them enough. They want to do it 8 times a night, 7 days a week. And that should wear you out. You know what I'm saying? If you at the same age range. But I always appreciate it when, my woman or a woman who I was intimate with when they initiated. And it didn't have to be, take your pants off or whatever like that, but just, you know, maybe you start rubbing the back of my head or rubbing my neck or something like that, just to let me know, hey, listen, I want to be intimate with you. That's always much appreciated.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So let's see what they got to say in the chat. Danielle said, hey y'all, hey Danielle, we always appreciate you joining in. She said, laughter gets me too. Okay, so let's start telling these jokes. Darius said, I'm about to tell you some jokes. Okay. And Darius can make you laugh. He just did. So
Oh gosh. It's not that easy.
ain't no waka waka waka. It's not like that.
No, I have to already be in a relationship situationship for me to get frisky because of the jokes.
I got you. I got you. Darius says, I'm about to tell Danielle some jokes too. Darius trying to just tell all the jokes. All right. And Danielle says it's a learned behavior. And Mara said, yes, please, 5x. I don't know what the 5x
Five
means.
times.
5 times. 5 times what?
You were talking about a woman in her,
Oh, oh
this
yeah,
age
yeah,
range wants it
yeah,
multiple times.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true.
I'm with her. Unfortunately, I'm solo dolo out in these streets.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's cool, like doing it like that to me. I personally don't feel like it's sustainable because I feel as if after a while the quality begins to diminish. Like I would rather do it 3 times a week with like top-notch quality than to do it every night and then it becomes somewhat routine and mundane. No,
I don't mind. That does not bother me. I was in a relationship years ago, and morning and night, before we went to bed, and when we woke up, every single day, except for maybe one day, I think the nights I had Bible study. I hate to say that, but it's true. And that's only because I was closer to my place those nights, so I just went home after Bible study. But every other night, and I never got tired of it. So I don't know.
really. So what was I doing
We
to
were
keep it
together for
fresh?
years.
What was I doing to
Whatever
keep
we
it fresh?
wanted. I will say he was the guy who maybe this is why it stayed fresh because he was the first guy I was with who um was cool with me exploring any and everything that I wanted to try. So maybe that was why it stayed fresh.
I got you. Danielle said, nah, quickies can be satisfying too. They all don't need to be an extended session. Okay. I understand. See, I think like doing it like that, to me, that's when like you're on a vacation.
Hmm.
On vacation, that's when you really need to be trying to like fuck each other's brains out or what have you. Because like at this stage of my life, like I mean, I got, work. I have like a lot of extracurricular activities that I'm trying to get into. I feel like fucking like that is for somebody that don't have a lot going on in life. Like, and I'm not trying to say that in a judgmental way. I'm just saying like you don't have a lot of stuff pulling from you, requiring like your mental energy and your capacity to be pointed at different things. Like
Hmm.
it's the type of person that, hey, listen, we do our 9 to 5 and then we go to church on Sunday, Bible study on Tuesday or Wednesday. But other than that, we just go eat dinner and watch TV. Then I think that may be more feasible. But like I said, if you got like me, you got podcasts that you do, you got different stuff you're doing in the community, different stuff you're trying to do. Sometimes you just don't have it in you to do that. And it's not about your age, but it's just about, hey, listen, I'm kind of tired. But
Hmm.
on vacation, right? You shouldn't have that problem. You should be able to disconnect and just be able to get it in.
I agree with that. Um, that's what vacations are supposed to be. So if you're doing a vacation, well, I guess it depends on the type of person you are. But if you're doing the vacation how you're supposed to be doing it, you should be relaxing from all of that stuff. So definitely those are the times when it should be on and popping more than twice a day.
So other than being able to get it up more than twice a day on the trip, what would you look for in a travel bay? Like what's on your short list of somebody, hey, listen, I want to travel with this person other than him being able to, knock it out the box when he needs to.
He has to be somebody that I like spending time with in it for an extended period of time because I've never been in a situation, but I can just imagine being away out of the country, out of the state, and you're stuck with somebody who you really don't like. That's got to be the worst.
I
And I'm no fun if I don't like you. So,
I have been there. I have I have been there, Tay, and what you just said got to be the worst.
mhm,
Listen, you are so correct. It's the worst because not only are you annoyed, right? Because this person is annoying you. There's this awkward silence that y'all have because, like, you could tell when the energy is right and when it's not.
mhm,
And then you add to it, like, damn, I done spent this money on this hotel room. I done spent this money, we trying to have fun. And you don't want to dirtbag the other person, but I had, I've been in Vegas with somebody and I knew beforehand that we shouldn't have went, but I'd already spent the money and it's kind of like, hey, I spent the money. Let's just, let me. And I was talking to my cousin who's like my sister, and I was talking to my best friend about it, and they were just like, look, man, like, just go and have a good time. Go have a good time. And you don't want to ruin the trip for her. So just, suck it up. But you know me, Tay, I don't have no poker face. So
mhm.
and then when somebody's like getting on your nerves, then it's like a domino effect. Then like any little thing they do, like really, really like grates your nerves, right? Because you never really got
Right.
over the first thing they did that pissed you off. So then it just ends up being like, what are we doing? Like we're just going through
Mhm.
emotions and it ain't no good.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I remember going on a vacation with one of my exes. And we got into an argument, like a really, really bad argument. But I think what saved that trip was that we actually did enjoy each other's company. So even though for hours we didn't talk to each other, but once we kind of mellowed out, we were able to salvage the rest of the vacation.
Yeah, I've unfortunately I've had my share of vacations that had arguments and it's never a good thing. But
Right.
I would say that a quality that, my travel bay would have to have is you have to have good energy and you have to be able to be flexible. And I'm not talking about just in the bed. You got to be
Hmm.
flexible, just like, hey, listen, you want to go on this excursion? Yeah, cool. Let's check it out. You know what I mean? Or hey, I ain't really feeling doing that today, man. Let's just go to the pool and hang out. Or maybe, hey, listen, hey, you just want to sleep in today? You got to be able to like go with the flow because I can do the whole let's have an itinerary and we're gonna get
Hmm.
up, we're gonna go to this excursion, we're gonna go eat at this restaurant. I can get with that. But like I said, at this point in my life, when I go on vacation, I want to unwind, disconnect, and just chill. And if you're not on that level, then it's going to be problematic because you're going to be in it like I want to like well, let's just chill out in the room and just watch TV and cuddle, and you're going to be like I don't want to just be in the room like we came all the way here to Jamaica and let's go do something. And it's just fuck man, all right, let's go do something. And ain't nothing worse than being with somebody, having somebody with you while you're doing something you want to do, and it's clear they don't want to do it as well. You might as well
Hmm.
by yourself
Right.
because that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Um, I like trying new things, having new experiences. So somebody who can, say, let's do this, let's do that. Those are the type of people I'm attracted to. I would say another quality that I like. Now, I've never experienced this going on vacations, but I've experienced it on many girls' trips. Complainers. I
Yes.
can't stand somebody who's a complainer, especially if we're outside of the country and you're expecting the US
Hmm.
in these other countries. Ah, those people annoy me.
Yeah. Yeah. You really gotta. I know that is even more critical for I think women who they travel with.
Hmm.
Only reason why I say that is because I got women who are friends. I was married, cousins, and they all say, "Yeah, the trip was cool, but so and so was tripping. You got so and so was complaining the whole time, or this other person, they was mistreating this one girl. And nowadays, it could be unsafe,
Hmm.
going out of the country with the wrong type of people. And I think that's when we, at this age, we really have to be mindful of who we let into our circle and
Right.
what type of energy they have, because with women, I think it may be more catty in terms of like why things don't work, or maybe y'all on vacation and a couple of them wanted, hey, listen, we come on vacation to be hoes. And the other couple's like, nah, we ain't getting down like that. So there's a little bit of a clash with that. But with dudes, it's like you might be with somebody who, when they get drunk, they kind of just lose it. And they're
Yeah.
like, I'm on vacation. I'm here to get fucked up. And then next thing you know, you got to babysit them while you're on vacation, especially if you're in another country. Um,
Hmm.
and you get drunk and you're trying to fight everybody. And now we're in a situation where, it could be something legal or it could be something lethal. Yeah, so you really got to be careful with the energy that you bring around. So, and that goes past just travel bay. That's up to anybody.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Let's see what they got to say. So Danielle said travel bay needs to be humorous, adventurous, able to communicate about any and everything, like experiences, people, food, culture. That's a good list.
Hmm.
I've ended a relationship after vacation. Yeah, I've done that too. She also says very annoying to be around complainers, especially when traveling. And Janine said, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so if you were in that situation with me, Tay,
Hmm.
and you're about to go on vacation with somebody, and the vibe between y'all changed. Like when y'all booked the trip, everything was good. But those couple weeks leading up to the trip, things started to trend a different way. But y'all already put the deposit down. Y'all already bought the plane tickets. But you just don't have a good feeling because y'all ain't been getting along good at home. Now y'all about to go away. Are you going to go ahead and go on the trip, hoping that, hey, listen, maybe it's just because we stressed and the trip maybe might rekindle some things? Or are you going to be like, you know what, let's see if we can get a refund and not do this?
Um, my first thought would be, can we get a refund? But I'm the type of person, I can fake having fun with anybody. So I would, if we couldn't get a refund, I would try to go and just try to make the best of it.
Well, what does
Because
fake
for
having
me,
fun mean?
huh? Say that
What does,
again.
what does fake having fun mean?
So, like, I've been on dates that weren't the best, but I don't let them know it. I still, I'm still into it. I'm still into the conversation if it's a conversation. 'Cause some of my worst days have been people who are as quiet as me. That's not a good day for me. I can't fake conversation. But I mean, just if we're gonna go on excursions, I can do that. I mean, I can. So I'm thinking in terms of me, how I am. For me to agree to go on a vacation with you in the first place, again, I have to enjoy your company. So even if we're not getting along right now, I think I could still do it. Again, if we can't get a refund, I can still go and make the most of it, make the best of
So how you gonna fake fun, but you
it.
can't give a courtesy moment?
No, that's two different things.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not. Because after this vacation, we can go our separate ways. We won't have to see each other no more. If we're in a situation where we're continuing to have sex, you need to know how to please me just as I need to know how to please you. So I'm not gonna fake for you, and I hope you wouldn't fake for me. That's not a good thing.
Go ahead, give him that courtesy moment, Tay.
Nope.
Janine said I would have the conversation like, "Hey, I want to enjoy this trip with you, as they know I don't want the drama, and try to redirect any bad energy to make the best of it." Yeah, communication is big on that. Is a big part of that. Um, I mean, I tried in the situation that I had. I really, really tried, and it's bad because especially when you're the only person that's like getting annoyed because the
Hmm.
other person feels it. And then me, I start to feel bad because I'm like, damn, I don't want them feeling because I've been in that situation where I was with somebody and
Hmm.
they just everything I did just bothered them. And it was problematic, man. It makes you feel less than, and you can,
Hmm.
oh, well, damn, can I do anything right? And I wouldn't want to put anybody in that type of situation, but sometimes you just can't get right. You just
Yeah.
can't get. And the thing that made me think about this question was I was I just got back from Asia. I was in Japan, and I'm on a flight over to Japan. You wait, we're waiting at the in the waiting area to get on the plane, and I saw this couple, and it was this big, beautiful sister, big girl, pretty as all get out, and her dude, was kind of he wasn't like a little dude, but he definitely wasn't as big as her, right?
Hmm.
And so they kind of hugged up, waiting to get on the plane. I'm like, oh, okay, they hugged up and everything. And then when we get on the plane, obviously they were there with another couple. So they were sitting in the middle. So it was only 3 seats. So he had to sit behind her. And it was about a 10, 11 hour flight to Tokyo. And when they weren't asleep, Tay, he couldn't keep his hands off of her. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like he was constantly, reaching up to, he was rubbing all on the fat rolls and everything, and standing up and massaging her shoulders. And while he's massaging her shoulders, she was like reaching up and like touching his head. And I was like, man, they can't keep their hands off each other. When they get to Tokyo, they gonna have a bomb ass fuck session because they was into each other and physical touch meant a lot to both of them.
Hmm.
It's on the plane. So transition to another question for you. Are you cool with that type of PDA?
No.
Now they weren't making out, they weren't
Mhm.
tongue kissing or nothing like that. But like I tell you, he like when he wasn't knocked out asleep, he was right. And look, and I felt like a little peeping Tom because they sitting right by me and I noticed him the whole time. And shit, I ain't gonna lie, man, I was kind of jealous. I was like, God damn, maybe I need to stop being single and give me somebody who I can touch on when I want to and who appreciates it.
Yeah. Um, I'm not a physical touch person. That's one of my lowest on that little, ranking. Um, I don't mind I've always said this. I don't like hand holding when you're walking because it feels weird. But like if we're sitting down, we're sitting, if we're just sitting there, I don't mind holding hands. I don't mind hugging, cuddling. But too much of that rubbing on me and kissing on me in public, and I'm like, get off me. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's I don't mind like this may sound right. I don't mind like a possessive, like, wrap up or whatever, but just if it's not constant, it's the constant that I'll be like, oh, okay. It's like nails on a chalkboard to my skin.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel you. But I think, and maybe it's just because I haven't had it like that in a while.
Mhm.
In a situation where I appreciated it like I should have. That it stood out to me. Yeah, but it was kind of like borderline, like too much. Like they weren't doing something like super inappropriate, but it's just like,
Mhm.
damn, bro, like you constantly gotta be rubbing and touching on her, And mainly it's like shit, I'm getting jealous, dog, because I ain't got nothing to rub and touch on. Shit. Let's see what they got to say. Let's see what they got to say in the comment. Dale said, I used to hate it, but I love the touching now. Can't wait to experience it again. Yep. You never know what you don't have until you miss it. And then Janine said, I would enjoy watching them, but LOL, yes, I'm for the touch. So Janine got a little bit of voyeurism in her. That I was being a little voyeur too, Tay, because they listen, tell you, they kept touching on one another. And Janine said, I'm the hand in the back of your neck while you drive type of chick. Let me tell you something. You rubbing on the back of my head while I'm driving might be dangerous. We might, because my eyes might roll back and what I'm saying, we might get into an accident or we might,
Mhm.
we might have to pull over and have a little pit stop.
Okay.
Might have to pull over and have a little pit stop. But yeah, nah, PDA, I'm cool with it. But again, like I said, I think it can be too much at times.
Mhm.
What about if you do like, smacks you on the ass in public? Fair or foul.
I don't mind that. And like I said, I'm cool with the here and there. It's just the constant that would annoy me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that I actually, like I said, that's kind of, if he's my man, that's that possessiveness thing that I kind of like.
Him like, staking his claim, what I'm saying, being territorial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got you. Got you. Yeah. But side piece, can side piece do it in public?
No. No.
She said that with no hesitation. No. Why the side piece can't smack that ass in public? If y'all public,
Because nah. First of all, I wouldn't have a side piece, but if I did, then no, you're not gonna get me caught up out here.
she said I wouldn't have a side piece, but if I did, come on, Tay. Come on, Tay.
I'm being serious.
I mean, side piece get a lot of PDA though,
For some,
because the side piece is always fresh.
yeah, but then somebody can let somebody that don't know the side piece but know your main piece see you out in public. Again, if I did have a side piece, you're not gonna get me caught up out there like that.
Yeah, no, yeah, just act like we friends, huh? Like 6 feet. Give me 6 feet. You walk over
Exactly,
there. I'll meet you at
exactly.
the car. Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I've said I've admitted this on the podcast before. I have had my turn as a side piece. I knew how to play my position. You don't do stuff like that out in public. Come on now.
yeah. Well, I ain't really trying to. Most of the times when I had a side piece, though, we definitely wasn't doing all that in public. A lot of times it was just like meet me at this parking lot, and we go. It's the two cars. You got the hotel or you at the
Hmm.
store. And why is those two cars parked way over there, right next to each other? Yeah, it was like that type of deal, or the hotel room, or maybe having lunch together because like you get caught having lunch together, you could just be out like this is a business associate or
Hmm.
like that. But going to dinner or anything like that, man, that's reserved. That's when you go, you turn your side piece into a travel day.
Or just go like out to the outskirts. That's what you gotta do.
But see, for me though, that's hard to do because I'm highly recognizable though.
Hmm.
People see me way before I see them, like in the dark or at a concert. They're like, yeah. I remember one time. I don't know if I talked about it on the show before, but I was in Miami with the fellas. I think we were there for somebody's bachelor party, and I had like, this is back when throwback jerseys was still big,
Hmm.
and I had a Harlem Globetrotters throwback jersey on Miami Beach, and my new wife at the time had texted me and she was like, "So y'all just out on the beach hanging out?" And I was like, "How you know we on the beach right now?" Like, obviously, we was in Miami Beach, but like we were like literally on the beach chilling.
Hmm.
And she was like, "My coworker's sister told her that she saw you."
Oh my gosh.
So she saw me on the beach. So she texted her sister, who happened to be sitting next to my wife at the time, said, "My sister see your husband down in Miami."
And that's why side pieces do not get PDAs because you never know who out in these streets know you and who can see you when you can't see them.
Right, right. Danielle said, "Not in public though. Don't touch me, side piece." Yeah, yeah. You gotta definitely be careful. So Tay, some people got mad at me, right?
For what?
People got mad because of the joke I made about, if I'm being 70, I ain't wearing no condom. Remember, I said if I'm 60, it's roughed up from here on out.
Hmm.
People got mad because they was like, y'all supposed to be talking about, people doing better with sex and relationships, and you saying, and that's kind of reckless, to those people that say, I don't give a damn. I'm still gonna make these jokes. But definitely want to encourage people to rap it before you tap it because it's STI Awareness Month, right?
Yes, it is.
It's definitely STI awareness, and we want to be responsible when it comes to that. Do you think people are doing better, Tay, when it comes to being responsible about sex, like having the conversation, with new partners? People talk a good game, but I don't know if people are really following through.
I want to say because of the conversations that I've heard or overhear, and people in our age demographic, I want to say it's getting better,
Mhm.
but then you have these think pieces on the internet, or you hear snippets of different videos on the internet that that float around it, have me kind of scared about the younger generation and what they allow. I don't know, but maybe is that just a young thing? Because I do remember when I was younger, there were a lot of guys who, didn't believe in wearing condoms so I don't, is that a young thing? Do
Uh,
we get better as we get older or?
I mean, I like to think that we get better as we get older. Man, I had a dude, he wasn't a part of my crew, and this is an ignorant ass statement. It was funny at the time, but I admit that it was ignorant. Now, me, I was telling the truth, but I was joking when I was talking about being 60 or 70 not wearing a condom. But that was meant to be funny, right? And shout out to everybody who got the joke. But I remember this dude was like, he said, "A chick got to prove to me she got disease before I put on the condom."
Wow. So the proof would be him getting it.
Yeah, yeah. But see, obviously he wasn't thinking about the things that, don't go away,
Right.
you know. But with medicine and with everything else that we have out now, people are still living and having healthy sex lives, um, even if they have caught something that, can't be cured. I remember before Kevin Garnett came into the league, Magic Johnson was my favorite basketball player. He still is. They're like one A and one B.
He's
Uh,
actually my favorite.
so when Magic made the announcement that he had HIV, I cried. I remember coming home from school and they had it on the news. He made the announcement, and I thought that magic would be gone like soon.
Mhm.
So we were the generation where, like sex ed, where they were teaching us about STDs. And I think
Mhm.
they kind of glossed over all the other things like, gonorrhea, syphilis. It was really big on HIV and AIDS when we were coming up. You agree?
No, I
At least
remember
where
my,
I was, at least where how I was educated, there was a lot of emphasis on HIV and AIDS.
I remember in the health classes that I took from at least seventh grade on up, there was emphasis on everything. Because I remember seeing those pictures in the health books about, what syphilis and gonorrhea would look like untreated and stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
remember a lot of the Caucasian women, girls in my school catching mono. Yeah, I remember a health teacher talking about it because of that. It was an outbreak.
Mono ain't no STD though, is it?
It's a kissing disease. So
It's I,
back then it was taught to us in the same frame with all
I
the
don't
other.
know. They call
So
mono the kissing disease, but you ain't get it from kissing. And the only reason why I say
I'm
that,
just
I gotta
my
put my hoof down on that one, Tay, because
No, my point in bringing it up was that you said that where you were from, they only talked about AIDS. Where I'm saying where I'm from, they talked about everything, and I'm including that in it because that at that time, that's what it was called, the kissing disease.
I got you. But I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna say I was catching mono and strep. Well, maybe they was calling it mono and strep. They was confusing the two. But for me, it was because of my tonsils. So
Hmm.
they removed my tonsils, then that all that went away. So, but then I was like, "You got mono," and I definitely wasn't kissing nobody when I was getting that when I was having that go down. But they talked about the other diseases, but I think the fear mongering was more so about HIV and AIDS, and I think it was because there was not. Now you can live with it. You know,
Hmm.
you can take PrEP, right, to help prevent you from catching it. And then they have medication that you can live a long and fruitful life. It's even to the point where um, some of the medication you can take it and you won't even test positive anymore. You still have it,
Hmm.
but you won't test positive. So let's make sure we make that clear. You definitely still have it, but you
Right.
you won't test positive. But back then, you remember having to take the cocktail. So they were talking about how you had to take this cocktail of medication, and the medication that you had to take made you
Hmm.
more sick than the disease, and people were just dying from it. I remember when they were trying to say that um, HIV/AIDS came from monkeys in Africa. Did they teach all that?
We weren't taught that, but I remember hearing that on the news.
It says it came from monkeys in Africa, and then they were talking about this guy. His name was Gayton Dugas. It was like this gay guy from Canada, and they found they felt like he was like patient number zero. They literally taught us.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You remember hearing about Gayton Dugas? I think that's how you pronounce his name.
I don't remember hearing about him.
Yeah, so they were teaching us about that. Like he was like patient number zero, and he's the one that brought it to the US. And it was just a lot of misinformation now about, HIV and AIDS. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think people should get tested even when you're in a relationship. Like if you're in a relationship, a monogamous relationship, are you getting tested frequently?
Um,
But let me say that not frequently. Like how often are you getting tested if you are in a committed relationship?
Well, I typically do it every time I do my yearly physical anyway. So that's just a thing for me.
But
But
that's
I was
easy for y'all though, because they already down there. That's just kind of
no,
like
you still have to ask to be tested for specifically for diseases.
you. I thought they was just like part of the whole exam for y'all.
They ask, at least my doctors always ask,
Oh,
do you want to be tested?
okay.
And HIV AIDS is a different test. So you have to give permission for both or ask for
Do they
both.
test y'all for herpes? Because you got to ask to be tested for herpes.
You have to ask for that. At
Yeah.
least the last couple times I went, I had to ask for it.
because that's not even on the regular panel.
No, it's not.
And I guess because they say like so many people have it that I've read that they said because so many of us already have it per their numbers.
Hmm.
We talked about it, today with Dr. Sterling. If you got 200 people, 250 people, 60 to 70 have herpes.
Yeah,
Now you may be asymptomatic, but you got it.
right.
And I don't know how much of that is like HSV1 versus HSV2 because when it comes to HSV1, I think they say it's like 50 to 60% of us have it already. If you got a cold sore at any time in your life, you got it.
Yeah, yeah, I've definitely heard that.
Yeah. So yeah, I like to do it twice a year because I'm not in a relationship. I think the best practice is every time you get into a new relationship, go get tested, and that way you can
Mhm.
show your my chart, and y'all can get it in, but you still have to operate with a whole lot of trust with somebody.
Yeah, that's true. And I think hopefully at our age, the stigma of getting tested goes away. Because I do remember when I was younger, like there were years I was sexually involved. I mean, I had limited, this is still back when I had limited sexual experience, but that should not have been a factor. But I remember there was a time when I was scared to know just if I had something or not. But once I actually took the step to get it done, and then that's why if I'm in a relationship or not, I get it done yearly just to take that stigma away from getting tested, knowing what your status is, so at least I know I'm out here.
Yeah.
Good.
But I think medical providers need to do a better job because I remember when I was married and I wanted to get tested, and there was a lot of judgment. Even now that I'm not married, there's still a lot of judgment. They'll ask you like, there's different questions that they ask. Like I remember when I was married, I was going to this one clinic, and they were like, "Aren't you married?" And I'm like, "What? Like, what do you
There
mean?"
have been there have been plenty of people who caught something and were married.
Yeah,
So
but even still though, if I'm asking you to test me, I don't need the judgment, because what's that going to do? That's going to make me not want to come back and get tested, right? Just to me, it's just like, hey, I want to get tested for this. Now, maybe medically for like insurance purposes, maybe they have to answer certain questions, thinking outside the box. Maybe that's why they ask certain questions. But now it's just like, well, have you done anything risky? Have you, had sex in any third world countries, sex with any prostitutes or anything like that? But I think they need to do a better job as well when it comes to like people
mhm,
asking to be tested.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, I mean, and there are people out here they still having a healthy sex life, with something that is untreatable. Well, it could be managed. I'm not saying untreatable, cannot be cured
Hmm.
because there are things that are definitely treatable.
Right. Even still, I still think people should take more caution, take more precautions, in being healthy and taking care of at least taking care of yourself. That way, you know, you can.
So, and I'll cut this out if you don't want me to. You meet a guy, you like him, he has something that's not curable. Is that a game changer? Is that like a no, or can you talk about it?
That's probably a no for me.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, again, I get tested yearly.
Yeah,
My test came back negative. So if I'm coming to the situation negative, I would prefer that
yeah.
my partner is the same.
And the sad thing about it is you don't even really have to be out here in these streets wilding out for something to happen.
That is true. That is true. Things happen.
Things happen, So yeah, definitely everybody get tested, know your status. Um, Not only should you get tested and know your status, you need to get a sense of humor as well. Because I'm gonna make these damn jokes, and if you don't like them, kiss my ass. For sure, for sure. You know what I mean? Oh, and also you gotta look. You gotta look at them private parts. Gotta look. You know what I mean? Tell you look before you touch.
Uh, well, I mean, You kind of have to if you're gonna be
Yeah,
down.
the light, sometimes the lights be off and you just put that thing in your mouth, you
I,
might not see it all.
I'm not one of them women who has to have the lights off. So I mean, I'm looking down there.
You definitely gotta look. You definitely gotta look because if I go down, hey, I gotta check it out. Now the problem is, I think for most guys, once your face is into place, unless you see something like really egregious, you just like, well, shit, I'm down here. That might just be
No, if you
that
see
might just be an
something,
ingrown. That might just be an ingrown.
it might be, but if you see, so what's the phrase? If you see something, say something. You gotta ask a question.
Yeah, you definitely gotta ask. You definitely gotta ask. But speaking of private parts, I said private parts. Before we wrap up the show,
Hmm.
is there any type of, and make sure in the chat y'all let us know, is there any name for genitalia that really just irks your nerves? Like, I used to date a woman that if I said the P word, Pussy, um, it just really just rubbed her the wrong way. She was like, I hate the sound of that word. Is there any word for genitalia that really just rubs you the wrong way?
They don't rub me the wrong way, but they're almost comical to me, so I don't use them. And they're the words that the non-blacks use.
Yeah. Like when they be like, give me that cock.
Exactly. I'm like, what is that? That does nothing for me. If I was ever with a guy who said that, I'd probably be turned off.
But dudes that call women's vagina cock, that's strange to
No,
me.
I'm saying if he referred to his as that, it would probably be a turn off.
Like he said, suck my cock.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't think brothers really say that.
In porn they do. That's why that's what I'm saying. But that's porn, so we know that's not, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Janine said monkey.
Yeah. That's a weird.
You said what now?
I said that's a weird one.
Yeah. I don't think there's nothing that really bothers me. I mean, you pretty much say damn near anything as long as you say it in a sexy ass way. Listen, as long as I'm hitting it, I'm good. But I don't think there's anything that really rubs me the wrong way. I think there's a C word that nobody likes,
Hmm.
if you know what I mean.
You don't have to give me more information than that because I'm thinking of a couple.
So it's not cock, it's another C word.
Oh, the one that's used to call a woman.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, okay, that's okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I don't like that. When I was said the ones that the non-black shoes, I was referring to both of those. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That one. Yeah, and so for the people who like lost, which is like CUNT, I'll just go ahead and spell it out. But that was
Yeah.
kind of harsh. Like, there ain't no way you can really be sexy using that word right there.
Or you could do as RuPaul says, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. But
Yeah,
no, I knew a
I
guy.
don't follow RuPaul like that, Tay. So
I love RuPaul. But anyway, there was a guy that I was in a Facebook group with years ago, and he hated the word coochie. And he was like, he judged women who called their privates by that. But I don't have a problem with that word.
Janine said no C word at all. So I guess Janine said no coochie either. Coochie is okay. Coochie's not, I'm not using coochie in the bedroom. I'm definitely using the P word in the bedroom.
Hmm.
For real. Now, if she uses the P word, like give me that penis, I'm gonna look at her like she crazy. I'm gonna still give it to her. Like,
That's
this say give me that dick. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
to me, let's just use that right there. But if she uses penis like in the bedroom, like I was with a chick and she sounded like Snagglepuss in the bed. Like, heavens to Murgatroyd. She
God.
just she just sounded like she insisted on calling me by this certain name while we were doing it, and it was just like, girl, just Just give me a courtesy mom. But no, she was into it though, so it wasn't no courtesy mom. But it was just kind of like, yeah, chill out, man, chill out. Let's see what
Yeah.
else I got to say. Uh, Sha, I think that's how you say it. Sha. If you're using PP, you probably still wear underoos. I like under.
Mhm.
I'll just play. Janine said, I meant what the others call it. We got you, Janine. And then Shaw said vagina. Yeah.
Yes, what's his name? The guy from the show with Raven. I can't think of his name. The guy who went crazy.
Oh,
That's what he says, vagina.
that boy's name.
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so sad about him. He talking about he didn't give up his bussy to everybody. That's another bussy. Boy, if you come to me talking about some bussy, you know what I'm saying? I'll call your ass out because I ain't got no damn bussy. I think that do the gay dudes use bussy?
Yes, that's so you should not you should not be hearing that.
That's what I'm saying. If you use bussy with me, we gonna fight. We gonna fight because probably you got some parts that don't need to be around me. Talking about, but bussy's funny though. That's a funny ass word though. Bussy. So anyway, tell them where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversates After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at cvadthepodcast@gmail.com. And make sure you like this video, share it, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
That's right. Make sure you go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Bye.